Becky Lynch slams sad Rick and bitter Charlotte Flair. Plus, a top Raw star retiring soon, and a released WWE star announces an indie wrestling return. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Becky Lynch was on MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, and whoo! Lots to unpack. Woo-hoo! Lots of so much shooting, cowboy. It was really cowboy yesterday because there was shooting everywhere. So Becky was asked about a lot of personal things happening in the wrestling world, comments by the Flairs in particular. And obviously, you know, the more we watch this pan out ahead of Survivor Series on Sunday, we kind of start going, how much of this is 6 of one, half a dozen of the other? Is this a real thing? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? I guess we'll find out soon enough. But Becky had a lot to say on Charlotte Flair. She said in this interview, I think potentially one of the greatest. I think she thought her birthright is that she is the star. It doesn't matter that I started wrestling when I was 15 and left home and travelled the world to chase the dream. Doesn't matter that I was never one of the chosen ones. WrestleMania main events should be hers by birthright. I think that's her thinking. I think we know where she gets that thinking from. She goes on to call her bitter and jealous of the fact that the fans have taken her in so willingly and not her. On the claims that Charlotte Flair, I mean, this is just a pickup from the retweet that Becky put out earlier this week, because Charlotte Flair claimed that all those people that say she's difficult are sexist. Yeah. Because, you know, if a man was wanting to be the world champion, it'd be fine, but her it's not. Becky responds with, you can't say it's because I'm a woman. No, it's because you're an I can't say it. An
a-hole.
A-hole.
Yeah.
You're a hole. Can't say it. I don't want to get demonetised. Charlotte Flair, on the Charlotte Flair moment from SmackDown, the now infamous title exchange, there was a plan in place that was supposed to go one way, and if it went that one way, everyone would have had a moment, and it would have been great. I, in the back, said, this isn't going to happen. She's going to do something else. And she did exactly what I said she was going to do. When I knew that she was going to purposely disrespect me, I processed it a lot quicker. So I was able to hold it together until I got backstage. When I got backstage, lost it a little bit. I had to go out and do the dark match right after, so I didn't have time to be scrapping in the back. People would talk to, but at the end of the day, I was right. Needless to say, I had the last laugh. What we do is extremely dangerous, and we're trusting somebody with our lives. And obviously, this segment wasn't trusting somebody with our lives, but it's the meaning behind it. And it's happened with other things. And when it happens to other people, maybe they can't say something. But I can say something. I'm not scared.
Oh, this is such a work now. It just feels like it's like it started in real. It started in real. It started with a real situation, and it's kind of devolved into this. But it's being done very well, and it's building to the match very well. It feels like it's just starting to get more hyping to the match at this point. But at the same time, I don't understand where Becky should have held both belts. Both people should have handed their belts to Sonya, and Sonya should have just gone, whoop. It's a title exchange. They don't need to give one person both belts. A champion surely would worry about somebody running off with the belt.
But I think
so you give it to the individual in the middle, they would swap them, and there's your belts.
The impetus I got from that, or what I got from that, was that Becky was going to snatch the belt from Charlotte's hand as she was handing it to Sonya, and then go, "Wait, look at me!
Hey, Becky,
I've been to two belt land." I think that, but
I think at that point Charlotte would have maybe just busted out a roundhouse.
And you're dead. Taking her shoes off, boot her with a roundhouse, because apparently that's a thing that happens. It's not just Charlotte that has been getting it thick from the Flair side of things via Becky Lynch. Is it, Sam Driver?
No. So Ric Flair has, of course, thrown his hat into the ring here, because, of course, he will, because it involves his daughter and, promotional stuff, and his head's never left the wrestling game. So in a response to Becky Lynch, just going off on Charlotte, Flair tweeted, I think I'm going to have to make the trip personally to see you beat the pee out of Miss Charlotte WWE. I don't think so, sister. The man, the big time Bex, or whatever you call yourself, there's not enough choreography in the business to save you at Becky Lynch WWE. So Lynch responded to this on the same MMA Hour podcast with Ariel Helwani, me. She said, I saw the tweet and I looked at it and I wrote out a response that would have been really quite biting. And then I deleted it and I let it go because I just think it's really sad. This is a legend at one point, a 16-time world champion. And now Ric Flair's jealous of me? That's cool. It's cool for me. And now he's trying to use me to get clout to promote whatever he has going on next because he's dug himself into a hole with other things. So I was just kind of like, let him at it because it's kind of sad. Ric Flair cryptocurrency coming soon. If it doesn't already exist.
The Woo coin.
Yeah. So Flair bit back on Twitter with a screenshot of an article quoting Lynch's comments and then a screenshot of an article reporting Flair's sale of the Man trademark to WWE. So disappointed. I did this out of respect for you at Becky Lynch WWE. It made you millions and made me nothing. After 40 years of being the man, the company doesn't own it, and neither do you. I'll always be the man. Ask your husband.
Is he getting off with Seth Rollins?
I don't. Rick maybe had a few too many. I don't know.
Okay.
It was just sort of like, whoa, boom. Just getting in there with like, away.
I think with all of this, I think there's one question that I think journalists are too frightened to ask. And I'm going to be the one that asks it. I'm going to be one that stands in the line of fire here. So sit down, Sean Rossap. Sit down, Mike Johnson, PW Insider. I'll deal with this. I've got this. Don't you worry. Why does Ric Flair start every word with a capital letter on Twitter?
I don't know.
I can't think of a setting on my phone that allows me to do that. You have to very deliberately do that.
It could be a force of habit thing. I don't know. Maybe he's...
Take ages. I bet he's the sort of guy that puts caps lock, letter,
no, because
if
you just use your thumb and you type with one thumb, you can just keep hitting shift. So you can really sit there like that, yeah.
So do you reckon he just instinctively just...
Well, that's like when we write titles out for videos, right?
Yeah.
You just hold shift and type and shift and type and shift and type.
But I know that's a title. I'm just putting that out there.
Anyway.
Somebody had to ask the question. I'm sorry it had to be me. Ric Flair has started a podcast. It's almost like that's why he's bothered. The Woo Nation podcast is back, uncensored, unleashed, uncut, unraw, unrequired. And he said on the podcast he has got one more match in him. He said,
"Sure, he does.
Most assuredly, and a lot of conversation has to happen. The talk hasn't happened yet, but could I do it? Absolutely. I'm in better shape now than I was when Sting and I wrestled that last match on Nitro. WWE won't let me do anything, even though I'm released. Well, then you're fine. I understand they have so much liability, and I told them I would sign anything, but nobody wants me to die on their watch. I'd rather die in the ring. If I have to go, I'd rather not jump off the 19th floor or spend another 31 days in the ICU. Really, like, aggressive comments there by Flair.
Yeah.
And it's, you know what, when you say like, I'm ready, I've got one more match in me, it's fine, and then you instantly follow that with, look, if I die in the ring, it's fine.
It's, you know, it's similar to Hogan, I feel. I feel Hogan thinks he's got a match left in him. I feel that Hogan is in a similar boat here, but nobody really wants to see it. So the problem here is, like, maybe it would happen at a Saudi show, but even then, right, to say that you're in better shape than you were on the final Nitro is just a load of trash, surely.
He wasn't in great shape for the final Nitro, and even he has said that. That's why he wore a t-shirt.
But 20 years. 20 years has elapsed. 20 years!
It's a long time.
It's a long time. I am nowhere near as sprightly as I was when I was 10, and I'm now just a 30-year-old mess. So it's I don't know, you know, you could maybe put Ric Flair in a tag match, but where are you going to do it? Who are you going to tag him with? How are you going to protect him? How's it going to look? Or WWE just start a Legends brand. Go on, give us a fourth. Everybody who wrestles is over 50 and they've all got their old gimmicks, and you get the blue ring back with the red, white, blue ropes, and screw the World Wildlife Fund. You just get those logos back and get that F back on it.
Get the F well and truly away.
Get the F in.
From desperate to get back in the ring to possibly calling time in the ring, Bobby Lashley had a chat with Josh Martinez on his YouTube channel. Hi, Josh. Josh asked why we haven't seen Brock versus Bobby Lashley yet, and Bobby replied, because the people around him don't want to make it happen. I'm always prepared. I am in my final run. I have a few years left, but I'm open for anything. Bobby Lashley, they just drop it in there around the Brock and Bobby chat that he's He's over the brow of the hill of his wrestling career.
I'm amazed they haven't done it. And if it's Lesnar's camp holding it up, do you think it's like, well, you're not as gifted an MMA fighter as I am. You never went and won the UFC title, and you never went. You worked in a different company, and I was at the top. And it could be something like that, or it could just be the fact that they've like. Brock's looking at it going, I don't know what we're going to do. And that's the thing is, like, if you got two sides of a wrestling match, right? Just a normal straight up singles match, and both people have to kind of have some ideas to throw in there. And if he doesn't have any ideas, then Brock's just not going to be that excited. But I'm amazed they haven't done it yet.
I thought when Bobby was WWE champion, there was certainly a possibility of making that happen at SummerSlam or something. But no, back to
it
Rock and
strikes
Roman
me
we
as
go.
something we might see. Like on an international show, like a crown jewel style event. Maybe they'll put it on and like have Bobby challenge for Brock's title or whatever it is, and like something like that, where it's a bit of an inconsequential exhibition match for a belt, but everybody kind of knows it's just sort of a legend having a bit of a tussle. And then it turns into a shoot. Lesnar starts just breaking everybody's arms at ringside. Oh, magic!
But Bobby calling time.
Yeah, that's the thing. The big thing here is that, I mean, like, I don't think any of us thought Bobby Lashley was going to be signing, like a 10-year deal. But it's just scary how fast it's gone. Like, the fact he's sort of just, I'm in my last run, ain't long left, and...
When is Bronson Reed battering people in New Japan again, Sam?
So his name's now Jonah, Tom. Jonah.
I know, I was being fun.
You were being an absolute knob. So they announced Wednesday that Jonah will be part of the Nemesis event in Los Angeles, California on Thursday, December 9th. Jonah joins Christopher Daniels as the first of two talent announcements for the event. Opponents for Jonah and Daniels have not been announced, but Daniels versus Jay White was teased at Monday's Strong taping. So, it's shaping up to be a pretty good event.
Should be a fun little time. And a first booking for a released WWE star has been confirmed. WrestlePro put out a tweet saying that Killer Instinct, not the SNES game, on Saturday the 5th of February at the Rahway Rec Centre in Rahway, says we'll see the return of Scarlett Bordeaux.
Nice.
Scarlett was such a missed opportunity on the main roster. Like, the Scarlett Cross package just felt like could not miss, in my opinion. Was he the best wrestler? No! But you know what? So much of what WWE does is all about the sparkle and the flair and
how good's your entrance going to look in a game?
Exactly. And if that's...
that feels like it now.
That's what it is. It's all like, you know what? It's all about like high production and great energy, and WWE always deliver on that. And they did with the Karrion Kross stuff. And I thought, well, that's a no miss. And then Scarlett didn't get caught up with Karrion Kross. They made him wear like a gladiator helmet instead, and then they released them both. So the Smoke Show getting back on the indie circuit is quite cool. Is cool because like she's a decent wrestler. Like, I watched her have some decent stuff on the indies, and do you know what? She battered Disco Inferno on Impact. How can we not love Scarlett Bordeaux for that? She battered Disco Inferno.
I'm not stopping. Wrap the video.
More news as we get it at Cultaholic.com. He's going to clap all night long. Hope you've got the clap at home. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.